Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we uncover the real story behind today's financial headlines. Today, we are diving into KKR Real Estate Finance Trust Inc.'s latest report, and let me tell you, it has got some interesting numbers that might make you scratch your head a little. Before we dive in, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you are subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where we break down these filings even further. So what we're looking at is an 8K filing from KKR Real Estate Finance Trust Inc., or CREF for short, and this report mainly announces their financial results for the quarter ending the 31st of December of last year. Now an 8K is essentially a report of unscheduled material events or corporate changes. Think of it as the company quickly informing the public about something significant that has happened. In this case, it is all about the numbers. The big news here is their operational performance and financial health as of the end of 2025. While this filing doesn't present a full detailed table of profit and loss, like you might find in a quarterly 10Q or an annual 10, it points us to where those details are kept. This report is mainly an announcement of their earnings release and supplemental financial information which are attached as exhibits. This means the juicy financial details are in those attached documents, exhibits 99.1 and 99.2. Now let's look at what the company is trading on the stock exchange. CREF has two main types of securities registered. First, there is their common stock trading under the ticker CREF. This is what most people think of as regular shares in a company. Then they also have preferred stock, specifically the 6.50% series, a cumulative redeemable preferred stock, also traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker CREF PRA. Preferred stock is a bit different. It usually pays a fixed dividend and has priority over common stock if the company goes belly up, though that is a worst case scenario. So the core of this filing is really about drawing attention to their earnings release and supplemental financial information. These documents, which are attached as exhibits, are where you will find the actual numbers that tell the story of CREF's performance. Think of this 8K as the headline and those exhibits as the full article. This report announces their financial results for the quarter that just ended, wrapping up the year 2025. Looking at the overall picture, KKR Real Estate Finance Trust Inc. as a real estate investment trust is focused on owning and operating income-generating commercial real estate. The fact they are issuing an earnings release and supplemental financial information means they are reporting on how well their investments performed, how much money they made, and how much they spent. For a company like CREF that is heavily invested in physical assets like buildings and properties, the key metrics typically revolve around rent collection, occupancy rates, property valuations, and the costs associated with managing these assets. The report is duly signed off by Kendra Deshes, the Chief Financial Officer, which is standard procedure. Her signature assures that the company has reviewed and stands by the information presented in this filing. So what is the real takeaway here? This 8K filing from CREF is a heads up that they've just released their latest financial results. The actual deep dive into their performance, their revenue, their expenses, and their profitability will be in the attached exhibits. As a general rule, when looking at real estate investment trusts, you want to pay close attention to their debt levels, their dividend payouts, and the overall health of the real estate market they operate in. Are they growing, are they stagnant, or are they facing challenges? This report is the company's way of giving investors the latest snapshot. Now, looking at these results more broadly and considering the nature of KKR Real Estate Finance Trust Inc., as a real estate focused entity, we can infer a few things. Usually REITs like CREF are all about generating stable income from their properties and distributing a good portion of that income to shareholders in the form of dividends. The supplemental financial information referenced here will likely detail metrics such as net operating income interest coverage ratios and perhaps the valuation of their real estate portfolio. If these numbers are strong, it suggests CREF is successfully managing its properties and benefiting from favorable market conditions. Conversely, if there are signs of weakness like declining rental income or increased operating expenses, it could signal headwinds ahead. One of the key things to watch for in financial statements from real estate companies is their debt structure. They often use leverage or borrowed money to acquire properties and expand their portfolio. While leverage can amplify returns when things go well, it also significantly increases risk when property values decline or interest rates rise. Therefore, examining their debt to equity ratio and their ability to service their debt obligations is crucial. The filing hints at the financial performance, but the exhibits will provide the concrete numbers to assess these critical areas. Without those specific figures from the exhibits, we are left to interpret this 8K as a confirmation that the financial story is unfolding, and investors should consult the accompanying documents for the full narrative. In my opinion, KKR Real Estate Finance Trust Inc. is operating in a sector that can be very sensitive to economic cycles and interest rate fluctuations. The information in the earnings release and supplemental data will be critical to understanding how they are navigating the current economic landscape. Are they strategically acquiring new properties, or are they consolidating and managing existing assets? Their ability to maintain or increase their dividend will be a major indicator of their financial health and investor confidence. The real estate market can be quite dynamic, so keeping an eye on their portfolio diversification and their exposure to different property types like residential, commercial, or industrial is also important. This report serves as a stepping stone to that deeper understanding. Alright, that is our breakdown of the KKR Real Estate Finance Trust Inc. filing and what it signifies. What is your take on these indicators and what they might mean for the company's future performance, especially once you dig into those attached financial exhibits? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate financial documents. Don't forget to check out our Discord in the description for further discussions and exclusive content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.